Chinese health authorities are still working to identify the virus behind a pneumonia outbreak in the
Tonight,
central
Chinese
city
health
of
officials say the
Wuhan.
illness, which is a new strain of coronavirus, can be passed from person to person, stoking fears that it could be moving faster than it can be contained.
Are stuck at sea off the coast of California right now. They're huge challenges carrying away from test
And a warning, viewers may find our international editor's report distressing.
My name's Allie. I'm a nurse. I work with COVID-19 patients. I've been a nurse for over 25 years. Usually I work with the pediatric population, and most of these people are in their 70s, 80s, so it's almost the opposite time of life. But they're all so vulnerable, and they're so sick, and they're so scared. And to me, they are almost like the children, and I just give them as much love as I can. When I go to work, I have to make sure that I put everything in plastic bags. I want to make sure that whatever I bring, I don't contaminate. I put my keys and phone in bags. How I prepare each day for my ride to work, I turn on my most favorite music, and I turn it so loud, and I just sing so loud every morning. I have to say it's you two who I've been listening to. When I go in, we have our N95 that we wear for a week, and then we put masks over that, and we have goggles and a shield, and we have a head cover. When we go into the rooms, we have gowns and we have feet covers. I work on a proning team. Proning is turning the patients on their abdomen to give their lungs a relief. And while they're on their abdomen, we do percussion on their back to help them breathe and loosen the mucus. And then we're there to comfort them, if they need help brushing their teeth or washing their face or doing whatever they might need, because these patients are on their own. They're lonely and they're scared. Nobody's there with them, and they're at the sickest point of their life they've ever been. We give them whatever comfort they ask for. One of the patients made these. I have formed wonderful connections with my patients, and sometimes it's been hard because sometimes I've lost a few patients. You just do the best you can, and it's hard. COVID-19 is a brutal virus. It just desecrates your lungs. These people can't breathe. We have them in nasal cannulas, we have them in non-rebreathers, and then if that doesn't go, they have hoods, and from there it's a ventilator. I work 3 days on, I work 3 days off. The 3 days that I work just go so fast. I don't even feel like I have life in between. I go to work, I come home, I shower, I go to bed, and I go to work again. And then when I have those 3 days off, that's the time I do reflect on work. I'll be looking out and seeing what a beautiful day it is, and then I'll feel guilty because I'll think of my patient who's at the hospital. I have my fingers crossed, and I find myself thinking about that a lot. I never leave the hospital. It's always on my mind. You hear about these doctors and nurses dying from COVID-19, and you hope and you pray that it's not going to be any of the people that you work with or yourself. So you just don't know. I come home every day and I hope that I don't pass it to my family. I guess I do feel like I'm part of history. Seeing COVID-19 up close and personal, and seeing the destruction it's caused through my community, seeing the devastation that is left behind, seeing the families, they can't even mourn, they can't even bury their ones who have passed. It's nothing we've ever seen before. It's atrocious. I'm hopeful for the future. I hope, in that year to year and a half, they promise a vaccine that it will come out and we'll start vaccinating everyone. It's just going to be really crazy until that vaccine comes out. When somebody is discharged, it's usually after a long and fierce fight, and we get to play the Beatles' Here Comes the Sun. No matter where you are, it plays through the whole hospital, and everyone stops and cheers, and it's a joyous time. We all need to just take a moment and smile for those patients that are finally healed. I have worked with true heroes, okay? I see the nurses and doctors come in every day. We see death and dying everywhere, and yet we come back the next day for our patients and we give them the love that they need and deserve. We're their family while we're there, and so I feel that it's our obligation. If it's the last breath they take, we're there for them. I was going to get a little emotional.